This is the All Things Nerd Podcast, Season 4, Episode 26. On tonight's cast, we are going to be talking about Michael Keaton redonning the Batman cowl for the Flash movie. We're also going to be talking about DC Comics leaving Diamond Distribution. And Magic School Bus is getting a movie made about it.
Come on, the Magic School Bus.
Mm-hmm. And we have a lot more other stuff to talk about. So with that, here's the intro. Hello to all the Geek Enthusiasts and Nerd Aficionados. This is Ms 5150 welcoming you back to another All Things Nerd podcast. This is an exciting one. It's going to be a really, really fun one. We welcome back somebody that you guys haven't seen in a while, but we'll get into that in a little bit because when you have something of this caliber happen, you gotta come with a big intro for it. So let's just let's get our three little people that are usually here to get their little thing done first. So I am Ms 5150. We start this cast out with what's called Getting Your Geek On.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Getting Your Geek On is what we've been doing to, stay busy, to keep our sanity, and things that we think you should be checking out or things that we think you should stay far away from. And this is how we introduce you to the people that are on the cast as well. So first and foremost, we have Masonic Vader on the cast. What have you been geeking out on, Masonic?
Well, good evening, sir. It has been a geek week of gaming, as I have been reliving or rejoined with a game that came out back in 1984 that's still going. It's called Elite Dangerous, and I got this on PS4 about 2 weeks ago. Tim had said, Jack Malice said something about a while back, and then I've checked it out, and sure enough, I've been hooked on it since, and it's pretty interesting because everything's on the same server, and they save everything, and it's multi-platform. So to kind of give you an idea, if you discover a planet, that's the planet you discover forever and ever, forever long the game goes. So it's really freaking cool. It's got over 400 billion planets and systems involved with it, so it's like literally the galaxy. So it's if you're into things where you could just lose yourself for like 10 hours flying around in space, there you go. Cheers.
Nice. Also, and I think they had something about is either an EA Play or one of the other videos that are going on right now since there's no E3 to check out the stuff. No, you know what? It's our favorite E3 presentation. I haven't finished it because
Nick
it started out
Cage?
actually a little bit better. No, PC Gamer, the PC gaming show. You know how we love that one.
Oh yeah, this would be a fun one.
It's out there. It's 2 hours long.
Oh God.
Okay, but they
need to take a nap.
They talk about Elite Dangerous' upgrades on that one. So welcome Cannon Fodder to the chat room as well. We also have joining us on the cast a Bearded Master. What have you been geeking out on, Bearded?
I have been geeking out on a lot of different things, actually. I've been watching Batwoman, trying to get all season 1 done, so I have a couple episodes after that. Been actually enjoying it a lot. With that, then I've been watched a couple, actually this week, watched a couple of the old Batman movies just because of the news we had this week. Maybe want to go watch some of that. And I started playing some games the other night. Went back to some Assassin's Creed. Started playing that because I couldn't sleep. And then I read some more comics today. Went through the old Comixology account and started seeing what was on there and reading some stuff. And then more importantly for me as a wrestling fan, this week was the return of New Japan Wrestling. So we had a lot of wrestling tournament coming through. So I've been binge watching that after it comes through, and then the English commentary gets added on. So I've been doing a lot of that.
So you get the return of New Japan Wrestling, but are you going to lose WWE Wrestling?
That's exactly what's going to happen.
Now after getting talent testing positive for COVID. Yeah, they stayed their course for as long as they could, it seems. Yeah, my Geek Out has, like I said, been looking at the different gaming panels that are going on. There is a fantastic gaming panel for Day of the Devs, which is the small developers. You can find it on IGN. The only reason I say it's fantastic is when we talked about the PS5 reveal, there's a game called Stray that everybody didn't seem to be too appealed about. It's a cat running through it's like a cat courier running through a robot city. Well, they decided to bring Alf, yes, Gordon Shumway, to talk about the video game Stray, because he talked about how great it looked and he could smell how tasty the cat was on the camera. So I thought that was funny. I thought it was hilarious. So Day of the Devs.
Smelled the kibbles and bits, huh?
Exactly. So I just thought it was cool to see
it's
Alf.
kibble and micro bits.
Exactly. But yeah, no, you can check it out on IGN. That's what I've been watching IGN a lot, because they're putting up all of the EA Play had the Star Wars for the Squadron game coming out, so they talked about that really heavily as well.
Phenomenal.
It looks great. So okay, so what we're gonna do here is, generally when we end the year, we have a big break, and then we come back with a segment called Hey, What Happened? And that's just what happened while we were gone. Well, we're welcoming back somebody that hasn't been here for 2 years, and he's not coming back for good, just as a special guest. But we want to know what happened to BCON?
Hey, what happened?
All right, before we get into it, I figured that this has been 2 years since we've seen him, so we had to make this a big ordeal, a big thing for him coming back. So I wrote this little thing real quick. So it's
You're not gonna make me cry, are you?
No, I said a nerd talk on Twitch where we rock, a talk on all things nerdy and geek. Now what you hear is not a joke, because I'm here to say hello to a brother from another mother that helped to start this show. BCON, welcome back to the show. I said a BCON, welcome back to the show. Now everybody say BCON, welcome back to the show. Now let me hear you flow. Now you can go.
Wow.
All right. Hey. That was pretty good, man. I do want to point out that you called your co-host here little people. So that never happened.
Well, I figured this was going to be the battle of the co-hosts, because you got like an ex-co-host and a current co-host, and it's going to be like Andy Richter versus Ed McMahon. So, well,
with that being said, I'd like to say that Masonic Vader has been doing a phenomenal job, and Bearded Master's been doing great too. I've enjoyed watching you guys kind of grow and develop in your roles here on the show, and obviously mess is still mess. He still makes a mess of things, but
yep.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been fun to watch you guys kind of grow and do your thing. Oh man, so what have I been doing? Where do I begin? I'm just gonna go right out there and say it. Like, so most of you don't know. Some of you on the cast know, but those of you out there in Twitch land don't know that I'm actually a teacher, school teacher. I kind of switched careers, and with that, kind of took a step back from doing these shows. Some of it was time constraints, and others was just not wanting to say the wrong thing on air necessarily. And I think just with the way things have been going recently, it doesn't seem to matter what government employees say. So why not jump back in and have a little fun with you guys and talk about the things that we love most, which is video games and movies and TV shows, so, and comics, of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
yes, welcome back, sir.
Okay, so you used to do a podcast with one of our other cohorts in crime that's no longer with us.
Yeah.
Not because he's
man, yeah, he's still alive, guys.
yeah, he's breathing, people. He's breathing.
He just doesn't show up on the cast anymore. Is the Big Papa Matt? You did a Quest for 100, and your whole thing there was watching movies, watch 100 films in a year. It's been 2 years since we've seen you, so any recommendations of films that people should be watching that came out in the last 2 years? We know nothing this year because nothing.
Can I tell you a secret? So since we completed that 100, I think I've watched a total of maybe 3 movies in theater since then. Like literally, 3 movies in theater since then. Like I definitely burned myself out on going to the movie theaters. That and my movie pass got declined, and every other subscription service got declined. And it's expensive to go to the movies, no joke.
Well, you guys did that 2018, right?
Yeah, 2018.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a year, because basically this whole year you haven't been going to theaters anyways. So we got about a year, 3 movies in a year. It's not too bad.
Right. I mean, I saw like In Game and a couple other movies, but I'll tell you my favorite. How about this? I'll tell you my favorite movie from that kind of journey, 2018. And my wife can attest to this. Like, I'm not a person that generally watches things over and over again. I see it once and I'm good. I read it once, I'm good. But it's Quiet Place, man. Quiet Place to this day is still just a beautiful, beautiful film. I've probably seen it. I saw it, I think 5 or 6 times in the theater. Probably seen it about 7 times total. I'm super excited to see the Quiet Place 2. Looks like they pushed it back to, I think it's like February of next year. I don't remember the exact date. Man, I'm excited for that one. So as far as like current stuff, I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of took a journey over this last year or two of lots of self-development. My wife and I kind of went off on a business venture of our own and did lots and lots and lots of self-development. So I've been reading a lot of books and not a lot of watching TV and movies until kind of recently I've gotten back into breaking the quarantine here.
So in other words, you watch Tiger King.
No. Tiger King's like meth. Not even once. Man. Not even once.
They didn't learn that on the show. They kept the meth coming on there.
We want to welcome HJZ Grok into the chat. Also, Squirrel Boy Nemo. Squirrel Boy says, Vader, you're rocking the badass street brawling tank top. He approves. And he also says that BCON, your head looks very aerodynamic, and that we should all get custom molds made of our heads to put them in a wind tunnel to check their aerodynamic properties.
Yes.
Hey, that could be. We can get the Mythbusters to do that one. I bet.
Mine's fairly bald, so it'll go through really, really easy. So,
mine's just big and heavy, so it might just flop.
I can say this because I'm joining you soon, Wes, but you're gonna have like single hairs, just kind of like going in directions, telling you which way the wind.
The best thing about the wind tunnel in my head is that the beard will actually separate, and it'll be like wings, so it'll kind of like float in the air.
The parting of the black beard.
I love that Squirrel Boy just put 2 and 2 together in the chat room because he's like, "Who is this guy?" Because he saw your name on the thing.
Oh yeah.
And now he's like, "Wait, that's BCON?"
Truth is out there.
Oh, the legend is broken. We now know who is behind the wizard screen, huh?
It's the last episode of Mandalorian. He just took off the mask.
Oh.
All right. So that's we welcome back a friend and a legend to the show for this week. Who knows? Maybe it'll be less than 2 years before we see him again. But let's move on to what we usually do for the last cast of each month, and that is called What the Upfront.
Upfronts.
What the Upfront is the TV shows that got ordered to be on our TV screens that we're probably not going to see because I don't even know if any of these shows are actually going to come up. But they were ordered at one point. I take the titles and I give it to the people that are here on the cast, and they give me their guesses of what the show is about based off of the name alone. And that's we have some fun with it. Usually we have a Super Hoovian Freak on here too, and she doesn't have as much fun with it because she actually tries to guess what it's actually about. But
and she's usually right.
The first one is fairly simple, but I just like the title of it. The Lincoln Lawyer.
Didn't they make a movie on that?
Yeah.
Well, it's a remake of Matthew McConaughey's movie. It's a TV version.
Right.
I'm sorry. It's simple as that. It has to be.
Or
everybody knows apparently.
Either that, or it could be an upstart lawyer who's chasing beat-up cars, 1980 Lincoln cars, to try to get some clients. I don't know.
See, that's what I wanted. I wanted something like that.
There you go.
Got something?
I'm going to be honest. I was reading the chat and laughing at Squirrel Boy saying that it's a guy who argues the copyright and patent of Lincoln Logs. So I'll just go with that because I'm going to be honest. I have no idea what title you said.
Can we just say it's the prequel of the movie, and it's Wooderson growing up and leaving town and no longer going after the high school girls and becoming a lawyer.
Ooh, wait, what if it's Dazed and Confused too?
It's simple, man. It's the bridge between that and Lincoln Lawyer.
Well, apparently, I see in big black bold letters here, it was passed over. So the update is it's not coming. So we're not getting it.
We'll get it.
All right. The next one is Good Sam.
Huh. A married couple who owns a trailer park, RV thing. I don't know. In the middle of the hood. I don't know, something.
It's a comedic tale of somebody who's named Sam, who's also walking around town like a good Samaritan, and he's trying to do good, but it always fails.
Fill in the role of Super Hoovian.
Samuel L. Jackson, actually. Samuel L. Jackson playing a good angel that goes around and like trying to do the good thing. So I'm just tagging on to Marty there, but it's actually Samuel L. Jackson.
I like that even better.
Yeah.
Mother flirter.
That's the only way you can get draw on that.
I like Johnny Bon Johnny for Lincoln Lawyer was it's the alternative name to Abraham Lincoln Vampire. And then Squirrel Boy says, "Good Sam, this is obvious. The CEO who started Sam Goody."
Yes. Crates of CDs and vinyl coming back to us.
Wait! It could be a documentary of Black Friday at what's the Sam's Club? Yeah.
Move over Superstore. We have Good Sam.
And then we've got a multiple personality disorder guy who works at a tire store.
Ooh,
Okay.
that might actually be interesting.
The actual show is a talented yet stifled surgeon embraces her leadership role after her renowned and pompous boss falls into a coma. When he awakens and wants to resume surgery, however, it falls to her to supervise this overbearing blowhard who never acknowledged her talents and also happens to be her father. And it's got Sophia Bush from Chicago PD and One Tree Hill and Jason Isaacs from Harry Potter and many other things.
This is not being made?
This is being made.
Oh, thank God. I'm down. Sophia Bush, Jason Isaacs. I am down. Man, that pairing is going to be just as good as what's her name, Kristen Bell and Ted Danson. Like it's going to be just as good as that. Boom.
Squirrel Boy says that's a dumb sounding premise. Sounds like Doctor Strange without being cool. All right, two more. Housebroken.
Oh,
please just say it's parents chasing their kid around and pissing on the floor.
It's reverse. It's actually dogs trying to teach humans how to be potty trained.
Or they take in their elderly father, who they have to now housebreak to be living under their rules after he taught them how, and now he's the one pissing all over the house.
Mm-hmm.
How about it's one of those Big Brother kind of shows, except they're going to have like Alec Baldwin and who else? Andrew Dice Clay and any other person.
Also, the old man in my movie, our TV show, is John Lithgow.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
We've got Squirrel Boy says Housebroken is a spinoff of Big Brother with furries who are not housebroken.
Yes. Yes, please.
And then Johnny Bon Johnny says the backstory of Air Bud. It is an animated series. The animated comedy explores human dysfunction and neurosis through a group of neighborhood animals who live in the suburbs. The voice cast: Lisa Kudrow, Clea Duvall, Sharon Horgan, Nat Faxon, Will Forte, Tony Hale, Jason Mustakas, Sam Richardson, Brisha Webb, and Greta Lee. Great voice cast.
Jason Marzakis is on there. I'm in.
Yeah.
I think they were going to call that was taken.
Right. But this is Fox, so it's hopefully going to be
sort of
really
taken.
Sort of. Last one, The Cleaning Lady.
Oh, dude, that's a spinoff from Family Guy. It's Consuela. It's total. It's her spinoff from Family Guy. Yeah.
Which is going to be her. No.
No, Mr. Peter. Yeah, exactly. I'm down. That's awesome.
Anybody else got guesses?
I'm just picturing. I don't. This isn't to mean being racist at all, but this is totally a like I just see picture like an older Mexican lady who's teaching clean. The cleaner, housekeeper, and she's teaching the kids in the house. And it's a sitcom comedy. Picture in my life growing up watching this. Picture living this story actually. Being yelled at, chased by a chocolate.
It's a spin-off television show from the movie John Wick. It follows the guys who cleans up the mess.
After John Wick.
Yes.
I like that.
I would totally watch it. Are you kidding me? Hey, we're called John Wick's place. We got to clean up everything again. Let's see. We got 15 bodies we got to clean. Let's talk about how we're going to get the blood off the carpet and how we're going to get the bodies in the bags and where we're going to bury them.
First, you need to get some baking soda and some.
It's very important. If you don't use the right type of baking soda, we don't get the gold coin, okay?
Vinegar, white. It has to be white vinegar.
Squirrel Boy Nemo says
Soda.
The Cleaning Lady is a documentary for the untold cleaning ladies in porno.
Sign me
To
out.
which there will be a prequel called The Fluffer, I'm sure. And
Harvey Keitel's wife from Pulp Fiction. I think you could also just go with the wolf, and it's just the wolf's backstory from Pulp Fiction.
Ooh.
Yes.
And then you've got the original story of Mary Poppins as well as the guest.
I would like to go with Squirrel Boys and just say that show's right after CSI Hotel, where they have to use black lights in there, and then they see it in the cleaning crew afterwards.
No, this is the after hour show or after hour portion of the Furry's Big Brother house.
Yes.
HBO can't do Taxi Cab Confessions anymore, so it's their next thing.
The Cleaning Lady is based on an Argentine series. The darkly aspirational character drama follows a whip-smart doctor who comes to the U.S. for medical treatment to save her ailing son. But when the system fails and pushes her into hiding, she refuses to be beaten down and marginalized. Instead, she becomes a cleaning lady for the mob and starts playing the game by her own rules. It has Elodie Young, Ginger Gonzaga, and Vincent Piazza in it.
I was the closest one with the John Wick spinoff.
Yeah, you were.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yes.
Netflix documentary all day. Okay. That's it for this round of What the Upfronts. So now we get into the big portion of the show, and that's the nerd news.
Yeah, do your thing.
First story from the nerd news is a big one. It's a big one because it's something that everybody loves.
Everybody loves the bats.
Yeah. Well,
It's your
everybody loves
head.
Michael Keaton as the bats. So, it's my head. Everybody loves my head.
It's on your head.
Oh, my head. Okay. Michael Keaton apparently is in talks to reprise his role as Batman for The Flash with Ezra Miller. And not only is he in talks to appear in the Flash film, but he could come on as a mentor to possibly do 4 more films of linking people together. It's going to be interdimensional, jump across time streams and stuff. So, yeah. Okay, go. Give me thoughts.
I'm gonna give you something so you can edit a lot of. Okay, this is gonna be your longest edit. Fuck yes. Thank you very much. Thank you. Michael Keaton coming back as Batman is exactly what the DC franchise needs to save the debaclement that's been happening. They were able to keep Aquaman. They're able to keep Wonder Woman. They made really good franchises with that. They brought back Superman, which was, I thought, an important key to everything, just because he's kind of like, shut your mouth. You haven't been here for 2 years. All right.
Welcome back.
Hey, you know what?
Welcome back.
2 years either, okay?
What's that?
Superman hasn't gotten better in 2 years either. So
Oh, you're a dick. All right. But it's important nonetheless that they at least have continuity with at least one of their prime people. And what a way to bring in the Flashpoint by bringing in Michael Keaton as Batman. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. That thing's going to be, I can't wait. I hope he dons the same outfit. I hope they bring the same Batmobile.
You mean they're not going to use the Shoemaker nips now that Shoemaker's no longer with us?
No, he was never a shoemaker.
I
That was
know.
Wahlberg.
The
I
nips
know.
are going to be put on the Shoemaker's coffin. That's it. Don't put them anywhere else. So, sorry.
This
Squirreboy
is
asked,
I'm on the show right now is because we're talking about this subject. Seriously, you know how much I love me some Batman, and man, for me, obviously growing up in the '80s, we had Adam West, rest in peace, as our kind of day by day Batman, especially like after school, you get home, you turn on the tube, and you got Adam West powing and zowing people, right? But Michael Keaton just did it. That first movie, man, really the first two, right? They're just dark themed. It was exactly what you expect from a Batman movie. And so I love the idea of bringing him back into the fold, especially with Ezra Miller doing the Flash movie. That's such a cool concept because you can spin things around in that DC universe like we've already expected them to do anyway, because let's be honest, only some of their movies are actually any good. So being able to retool that entire cast of DC Comics into that DC universe and be able to bring Michael Keaton into it, and maybe later on bring in what were we talking about, like Batman Beyond, right? Nightwing or something like that. You got all kinds of different spins that you can take with Keaton being back in the fold. I approve.
I could almost see him in a they find him and they bring him back to fill the role of Ben Affleck's Batman getting killed, disappearing, something like that. That's how I almost see him doing it, is filling that role and then taking and training someone new to take the place. I don't know.
I think it's absolutely phenomenal, the fact that Keaton's coming back as Batman. He's my favorite Batman, always has been, always will be. Batman and Bruce Wayne. My question, though, is where are they going to go with this? Because every report I've seen is that this is going to be a Flash movie and lead on to other things and kind of trigger and like kind of bring the DCEU together. So, one, is this going to therefore make Tim Burton Batman now canon with the DCU, or is this just Keaton playing a new version of Batman and going on with this? Biggest question is, if this is part of Flashpoint, who the hell is he playing? Is he playing Thomas Wayne? Because Bruce Wayne isn't part of Flashpoint at all. Not even in the Batman version or story part of Flashpoint. So if they're doing that, where does he fit in that? Because he's not Bruce Wayne at that point. Is he Thomas Wayne? Because of that, I don't want to see him as Thomas Wayne. Mm-hmm. Now, if they're gonna transition over to him and Batman Beyond, this is fantastic. This is exactly what we've been wanting. Everybody who's been talking about Keaton coming back and donning the cowl again has been to be in that Batman Beyond role and be the elder Batman to bring in the usher in the new one. And if we're not going to get Batfleck back and we're going to get Keaton in there and he's going to be that Nick Fury, Samuel Jackson mentor to the heroes, then he has to be in that role. But if there's too many questions that are unanswered. I hope they narrow that down. If we have to wait till a Flash movie comes out in 2 years, it'd be very frustrating. But I'm all for it. I can't wait. It's going to be exciting. I just hope that it's not. I just hope that there's some continuity with him being the Batman and not necessarily just a rewrite of him of Michael Keaton being a whole new Batman.
And not just a throwaway role.
Exactly.
We don't want to see this as just a one-time, pander to the fans and then turn it into something else.
Exactly.
Because I understand what's going on in the chat room. I totally understand what like Squirrel Boy's saying. Like, we have had so many dang Batmans, and as a Batman fan, that's just, it's sad. How much that franchise has been. Same thing as Spider-Man, right? We've had so many different Spider-Mans. It's crazy. So I understand that too. But man, Keaton was awesome, and hopefully they do it right. Hopefully they get something right. And if they don't, then they need to just, as Squirrelboy said, like throw all of them in a dumpster and light it on fire and just go back to making cartoons, because they do that damn well. So.
Yeah, and that's some of the things in the chat room. So Squirrelboy asked about what about Sparkles the Dipshit Vampire, which is,
give it a chance. Give it a chance.
I think it'll still be good, but it's not part of this connected universe.
Right.
Yeah. I was about to say, because the article says this is the two movies movies are going to be separate. Pattinson's is going to be completely not in line with whatever they're doing with Wonder Woman and everything else. So
it's the same thing as Joker. Joker is a great story, great movie, but it's not part of the DCEU.
HJZ Grok is more excited for Keaton than she'll ever care for Pattinson. Like you said, Squirrel Boy said they're just, shuffling Batmans around. Cannon Fodder wants to know what Batman and what is a comic book? Leave. Cannon Fodder, go. We're kidding. HJZ Grok, to have Pale Moonlight right about now. I love the quote. So, yeah. And then Johnny asked, will it fix the timeline they screwed up? That's why I think they're doing it this way. That's what Flashpoint's for, is to fix the timeline.
That's what I read a couple different articles that their main purpose of this is to basically rewrite the DCU and restart it, because I think they know that they kind of dropped the ball on the way on running that out. But it also sounds like they're going to try to bring in the new 52 storylines with this reset as well.
Well, Katz, welcome to the chat room, also makes a good point. Technically, when this movie comes out, Batman Forever and Batman Robin isn't canon anymore.
How not? How not?
Because
it's the same universe. It's just a different.
No, if you make Michael Keaton back into Bats, then you don't have the other Batman.
I mean, if you watch James Bond, it's all connected. It's all the same series.
Hey, get rid of the nipples, man.
I'm just saying. I kind of see it though, because I mean, we got Harvey Dent, Tommy Lee Jones, and we had Billy D. Williams beforehand. So I'm good with it. I'm just saying it doesn't necessarily reboot it all, because those are considered one. Those 4 movies are considered one series.
as long as you keep Jim Carrey's Riddler. But honestly, though, dude, I really do think, though, this is also a way outside of the storyline, which you guys are talking about fixing and everything, but more likely just trying to save it, because without having Ben Affleck coming back, that is a big piece of the puzzle of the current movie situation. They needed something to fill it in, and I think the reception they got by putting Patton in there initially, being lukewarm to possibly even cold, probably made them think about trying to fill the shoes, and maybe this was a good fit to kind of to fill in the missing actor in Ben Affleck, but also introduce the different lines to also create harmony. I mean, to be honest, they end up pulling this off. That movie will probably do a crap load more money than they think, because of the fact that they're going to bring everybody like myself who saw the '89 Batman in the movie theater with my pops and just thought it was the greatest damn thing in the world.
Well, and look at this too. Like, I'm sorry to cut you off, but like, look at where Michael Keaton was when he became Batman in '89. Look at Michael Keaton now. He is such a more established actor, and to fill that role, that I guarantee the performance we get now, just look at what he's did in Birdman and just in his comic movies, Birdman, The Vulture, like those roles now, I guarantee the Batman we get now is a loads better than the Batman we got 30 years ago.
Yeah, dude, his portrayal of Vulture was amazing.
And he still got another 2 movies coming out as the Vulture. Let's get that right. He's still coming back as Vulture.
Yes.
I think it's going to be the Batman that we expect to see, where it's going to be not Dark Knight Returns Batman, where he's faking, or like he's got the injuries and that, you know what I'm saying? This he's going to be older, he's going to be grizzled, he's probably not going to be, he's going to be the more witty, the more smarter, the one that I really want. That's the Batman I'm going to want to see Michael Keaton do. Like, he can still kick some ass, but he's really going to be more of a smart Batman, more wits-minded, and hopefully, like I said, they keep him for a couple movies to actually have someone take his place and continue the franchise.
Can we say that it's not the Batman we need, but the Batman we deserve?
Ooh.
Come on. That's why somebody.
The problem is the Batman we deserve and the Batman we need, so it kind of works for both.
I know,
yeah,
it's the line. I need.
It's fantastic. Dynamite drop in there.
Cats. So the question of the day: with is Snyder Cut is responded well, they have to make another Justice League movie and bring back Affleck for one more. No, they don't.
Yeah, they don't have to. But I think that would bring a lot of solace to, everything that Justice League was not, right? So I think that would definitely bring fans kind of back into things. But I don't think you have to do another one. But I kind of see where Kaz is going with that one.
Now I want to know who Scoreboy is talking about, and please tell me it's not who he's talking about.
Oh, I think Please
Let's
say
be 100% real.
Please
We
say
have
it.
one actor who everyone is overlooking
say
who would
it.
play the best Batman. Who are you
Tim,
talking
tune
about?
out. Tim, tune out.
Who are you talking about, Squirrel Boy?
Tune out, Jack.
No, I heard he's going to be coming back as Superman.
He already was Superman in the Teen Titans movie.
No. I actually did
That's all
read.
he's ever got.
I shit you not. I actually did read somewhere where there is consideration of him donning the actual suit for the movie.
Oh, God.
Like an
I mean,
alternate.
that would just further show how stupid Superman is. So
They could literally just have like a movie production like being filmed
Really?
in the background of the
Really?
movie and he'd be in there.
Hold on a second. I'm sorry.
No, I
I
love
don't
you.
remember, I don't
No, I
remember
love
seeing a
you.
Superman suit with bat nipples on it or super nipples on it, huh? What the hell,
You got
dude? All right, take it easy, man.
That's just because he wore his underwear on the outside. That's the
I
only
mean,
reason he
but
didn't
we did get Superman in a bubble bath, man. Come on.
Reeves'
That was more
Batman
than
is
enough.
rumored
That
to
was
be
way
part of
more
this new
worse.
DCU. Matt Reeves' Batman is rumored to be part of this new DCEU multiverse.
No, it's
also.
not.
No,
Well,
no.
It's not though.
It depends on where the rumor comes from. So, Hollywood Reporter, it's not. That's their thing. But they said it can be interdimensional, is what they're hearing. So, who knows?
I could see them probably pulling off to where after they release Snyder, then more likely Flash will be the movie after that to kind of start fixing or putting things together, or would it be Aquaman?
Well, Wonder Woman and Aquaman
Wonder
are
Woman's
supposed to come out after
first.
that.
Well, no,
Also-
yeah, it came out before. Wonder Woman should be
Wonder
coming out by
Woman's
the end
got
of the
pushed
year.
back to October.
To be clear, Wonder Woman's already done.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's
you
coming out
remember the
They're
Snyder
ready to
cut.
release it.
Snyder cut's already done too. We just got to put it.
Right,
They're not refilming anything new for
That's
that.
true,
Just
that's
a couple
true.
touch-ups.
And that's
Yeah.
the whole thing about the Snyder Cut is I mean that could change everybody's impression of what's going on. You know what I mean? If it comes out and it is received well and it's substantially better than what we were fed in the theaters, then it kind of takes a different look at like, is all this really Snyder's fault, or is it the people that are pulling the strings telling them what to put out and what not to?
100%. Because if you
know
look at the Snyder cut, Batman v Superman, the director's cut was so much better than what was released in the theaters.
Definitely.
Yeah, you already
I
know
love
that.
that, by the way. Love that movie.
Okay.
Anytime
so moving on,
dies.
sticking with, because we got time.
Yes.
Sticking with the DC Comics thing. So the other story that we didn't get to, but we had BCON here, and he wanted to really attack this. It was one that just didn't make
We're
it
not
into
talking about
our.
Superman. He's already done enough of that.
Well, we're talking
We
probably
are
about
talking
Superman.
DC though.
Yeah, it's DC Comics has dropped out from Diamond Comics Distributors. That's the main distributor of comic books to your comic book shops everywhere. They are switching it between 3 different distributors. Their graphic novels will go through Penguin House, and then they have 2 other distributors for the comic books. But this is a very, very interesting thing because Diamond has pretty much had a stranglehold on comic book distribution for good 20 years at least.
45 years almost, yeah. 44 years.
So
Yeah, and when it comes down to it,
but
Diamond shot themselves in the foot. It's their fault. They lost distribution for DC because they shot themselves in the foot. They closed down their factories, which I get everything going on. It's understandable. And then they didn't want to pay them for it. So they were going to hold their money back, not put out their product, and then charge them more. Guess what? I'm going somewhere else too. And I'm going to get more distributors. They're going to put out more content for me and they're going to do it at a much faster pace and then get my money. Because when it's a business, if you're going to screw me over and when I'm trying to make money and trying to put product out for people, especially right now, would have been an opportune moment for the product to be distributed and they want to drop the ball, yeah, give me my ball. I'm going home. I'm going to go find somewhere else to play ball.
I think it's smart too because of the fact that they're now getting 3 distributors to take care of their comics versus for probably the same price as the one, or probably even less, and they're going to have better distribution. I mean, it's kind of like taking something where someone's had it for so long that they're like, oh, okay, this is awesome. We've got our money. We're getting our money. Oh no, we don't have any more money. And these 3 young guys are going to come and say, hey, we're going to do the better job. We're going to probably do it for less. And it's going to make their names happen. So I think it's a phenomenal idea that DC is doing. It's given more work opportunity to other companies. More importantly, they're probably saving themselves a couple bucks, which means the comics will continue, and it gives business to other people as well.
Yeah, and I think the bigger thing that we're not talking about right now is comic book stores and actual people that actually sell comic books to us that read the comic books. And Diamond Distribution has had a long history of selling garbage to the comic book stores and making them purchase it, which takes up stock and shelf space in their stores to try to get rid of that crap so that they actually sell the stuff that people want to buy. So man, yeah, I love what Kat said, that they've been greedy. They got greedy, and that's kind of what started this. But if you think about it, they've been greedy for a long time. They've been peddling second class comics so that stores would have the rights to actually sell DC and Marvel comics for the longest time. So the fact that DC is now splitting off and doing their own thing is a huge deal. And yeah, lots of people are going to say, oh, it's never going to work. Look what Marvel tried to do back in '94. They tried to do the same thing. But the fact of the matter is we're in 2020, and both Marvel and DC have made a ton of money off movies, and they have and Marvel, by the way, is backed by Disney, so they have the financial means to actually own their own distribution company and not have to deal with Diamond. So yeah, they're in trouble. Diamond's in big time trouble. Wow, I just shut it down. Look at that.
No, I'm sorry. I was responding to Scoreboy's talking about how manly we all are with our beards, and that if he ever came on cast, he would get a fake beard just to fit in. And he said that let's be real, we all could cut down a tree. Apparently, I would tell you how paper is made. Vader would demand it be used to print DC comics, and Marty would take a bite of it and say it's a good source of fiber for his workouts. And I was asking if I'm talking about how paper's made, does that mean I work for Dunder Mifflin in Scranton? So sorry, that's why I was sidetracked.
Yeah. And Katz makes a good point. He says that DC was 30% of Diamond Distribution, which is really funny because if you read articles right now that are supportive of Diamond, you'll see that they're like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. They were only 30%. Really?
What?
Because if I lost 30% of my business, I'd be in trouble.
Yeah, and that's the thing is does this give the distributors that are still with Diamond more power to kind of negotiate better numbers from like Marvel or something?
Marvel a ton of leverage right now. Marvel has all the leverage in the world right now to just squeeze Diamond for whatever they want. Or to just walk away and watch Diamond just fold like a lawn chair.
Yeah. So I guess we'll find out. I mean, that's because what the paper comics still. Well, are they still printing?
Yeah,
or they just started
printing. Yeah.
Okay.
Even Diamond's still releasing them until mid-July.
Okay. And then yeah. So I guess we'll find out. I mean, the whole world's changing with everything being shut down and stuff. So we'll see.
Shutting down, starting up, shutting down maybe again. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. This is it's a crazy thing. I mean, it's definitely made an impact of companies to reevaluate things, and that's an interesting thing because yeah, like you said, with the 3 different distributors, that gives them a little bit more play with things as well. Let us know what you think. Tell us in the comments if you're watching this on YouTube, or you can hit us up on Twitter at All Nerd Podcast, or find us on Facebook at facebook.com/group/All Things Nerd Podcast. So, moving on. Third major nerd news story. So, going back to some of our childhoods, they keep making movies of things from our childhood, and now a new one has been announced, and that's the Magic School Bus is getting a movie, and Elizabeth Banks is going to be producing, I believe, as well as playing Mrs. Frizzle. And
she's not directing it.
No.
Well, they're Charlie's Angels.
I mean, she did direct. Wasn't she directing like the Pitch Perfect movies too?
Yeah,
those are damn good movies. Just saying.
Yeah.
She had one bomb. Charlie's Angels wasn't her. It was the acting. Let's be honest.
But I did see one thing, and I'm waiting to see what you have to say about this, Bearded, because I saw a thing on Twitter about this announcement, and they were like, "Stop Elizabeth Banks from being in the movies about my childhood. First Power Rangers, now Magic School Bus." She's just gonna do parts in all the '90s cartoons or '90s kids films. What do you guys think?
And, oh, by the way, just to answer Kat's question, whether it's a cartoon or live action, this is live action they're talking
I
about.
think they said like a hybrid. Like,
No,
Everything I've seen, it says live action. But,
yeah, I think I saw was live action also.
okay.
but
Yeah.
hybrid would actually be pretty cool. I think that would be really interesting if they're able to go back and forth between the animation and live action. That might be interesting.
I would say.
I think it's absolutely
dear.
fantastic. As soon as I read it, I could just picture her with some like teased, crinkly hair, in some funky ass dress, playing Ms Frizzle, and I think it's perfect. I think she's fantastic at it. And as far as like her playing '90s characters, I thought she did a damn good job as Rita Repulsa. They did a different take on it. It wasn't the same one we grew up on, but it was a different character and story that was given to us. She wasn't supposed to be like the Space Witch in the series we got growing up. She was supposed to be a former Ranger in the movie, and that's what she did. She did a damn good job on it. I love Elizabeth Banks, always have. I can't wait for it. I think it's gonna be fantastic. I actually was kind of hoping that I would see something that they would put like a more of a darker twist on this and not be so campy. I want to see like a different twist on and storytelling to this.
A dark magic school bus.
Hey man, why not?
Mix in with a little bit of inner space.
I mean, if they're going to go into like the human body and stuff, and like bile coming down on them, better put some fun fright on that shit.
No, you can't ruin inner space like that. Leave that alone. Do something else. Do something. I think it's gonna be kind of cool. I'll be interested to see what it is. Except I know she's not gonna be playing Mrs. Frizzle. She's gonna be playing like her sister. Is that correct?
No, she's playing Ms Frizzle.
Her sister was played by from
Kate
Saturday Night
McKinnon.
Live, Kate McKinnon in the new animated version.
Okay, so she's gonna be playing Miss
for
Frizzle.
Netflix.
Okay.
She's going to be playing
All
Miss
right.
Frizzle. She actually had a quote, "We are delighted to bring to life the iconic Miss Frizzle and her zest for knowledge and adventure in a fresh new way that inspires the next generation of kids to explore science and supports the dedicated teachers who help make science real and accessible for young learners every day. We are also extremely excited to be working with such top-tier partners as Elizabeth Banks, Mark Platt Productions, Brownstone Productions, Universal Pictures, and all the amazing talent assembled for this noteworthy feature film." So this was the person producing and getting this this film made.
If they do a hybrid, we're gonna like Osmosis Jones, or like Looney Tunes Back in Action, or Space Jam. Is that like the kind of hybrid? Because we're gonna get a hybrid movie in about a year and a half, anyways. Because we're gonna get Space Jam 2 next year, and that's
All I know is
also.
I want her at one point to be like them going into trees or something like that, and her be like, "It's mahogany."
That is mahogany.
And here's how you know. And then they go into the tree and sorry, I'm throwing back to
Mahogany. No.
yeah.
The only thing that I'm really cautious about is and this might sound nerdy in a different way just because I teach, but like I am hoping that they do stick to actual like teaching science through it. Because that's actually the most important part about Magic School Bus. We actually still use episodes of Magic School Bus in school, believe it or not, to keep kids' attention. And because back then, like the science is still, it's still factual. So that's my only hope, is that they have fun with it, but at the same time, still keep true to what they're teaching.
See, that's where I see it. What I was talking about. I'm interested to see it. I'm looking forward to it. However, I don't think they're going to be able to do it that way. I hate to say that, because I think they're going to be able to keep the basis of it and what the platform and everything's about. But I don't know if they'd be able to do the whole like try to teach and do stuff at the same time, because I don't know if that'll translate well into the movies itself.
Well, you just do it in a nonchalant way. You don't make it as obvious as they do in like the TV show, where it's like, this is how you do this. This is how the body works. You do it in like a storytelling way. We're like, we're going to go save this human because he's got this illness or whatever. And boom, we're going to go into his body and this is what's going to happen, or whatever it be, And I think you do it in a nonchalant, fluid manner where if you take it, that's the difference between like the cartoon. And I know like Schoolhouse Rock was mentioned in the chat room also. Those are very like
which is now on Disney Plus.
We're going to break down every aspect of what we're going to talk about to learn it, but it's a movie. They can do it in a very fluid method that comes across where it teaches you something while still telling a story.
Yeah. I just think it's funny that it goes along with the fact it hasn't come out yet, but remember, wasn't it is it Jordan Peele that was working on a dark no, it wasn't Jordan Peele. It was the guy from Get Out that's working on a dark version of Barney. So
no, I thought Jordan Peele was the one that was behind that though.
No,
yeah, I think Jordan Peele was.
For Blumhouse, another Blumhouse movie.
I don't know. Now I got to go back and look.
Because there's another like 90s show that he wants to do. He's trying to redo like in a dark method also.
Yeah. So now I'm thinking about a dark magic school bus.
Yeah. That was fantastic. That's a great idea, actually.
Dark Wizard, Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Oh, God. All the TV shows, all the kids' TV shows have turned into dark. Get a dark Mr. Rogers.
Ooh! Could you imagine that? Oh, that's never mind. Right now, the current state of the world, that probably wouldn't be a good thing.
Well, no, you
don't go to Mr. Rogers' house. Don't take candy from his house on Halloween.
The dark Mr. Rogers would be the prequel story of the rumor that he was a sniper, and so you just go through the prequel of Mr. Rogers as the sniper, and there's your dark Mr. Rogers. So
it's funny. They do the one story that you can't do good or dark. It would be the same. They would be Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Ooh, that'd be.
Ooh,
that's. Oh man.
Yeah, that would. There's not many places you can go with that one.
I'm gonna back out of this combo real quick.
You're gonna see Bearded Master like Homer in the
Pee-wee's Playhouse is at a movie theater.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. That's it for the nerd news because we've got two stories for Somebody's Got to Talk About It.
We need to talk.
You talking to me?
Oh my God! Who told you?
Have you told anyone else about this?
What you talking about?
Look who's talking.
Somebody's Got to Talk About It is the weird, the odd, the strange stories that sometimes funny that we just got to talk about, that we just got to discuss. And the first one is
sometimes they're finger licking good.
is the KFC console. We talked last year about the KFC dating simulator game and how about we thought it was a joke, but it was a legit real thing. This one, pretty much 100% sure this is a joke, but I don't know with KFC anymore. This came from KFC Gaming. They showed the KFC console, their next-gen gaming system. It looks like a KFC bucket, but in black. It says KFConsole on it. It looks almost like an air fryer, kind of. And
it looks like a KFC bucket.
It has a chicken holding compartment that comes out and holds your chicken while you play. Mm-hmm. They said that it's got true 4K visual technology, and then what was it, 120 frames per second, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
So yeah, it's to give a running against PS5 and the Xbox, and they announced for November for this. So I just, one, how much do you guys hope that this could end up being real? And two, is there any other fast food joints that you want to make a gaming console?
I mean, they could maybe on something with like the chicken fryer part. Because could you imagine like being 13 years old, get home from school, put on PlayStation or N64, and it's got like a pizza rolls like heating compartment on there? Like, I played the shit out of those systems, and they would get hot because of how much you played it. I guarantee they could have kept them pizza rolls warm. They're onto something there.
And you get on like a long gaming play, right? Especially if like you're streaming for hours and hours. I know Vader's been doing that. Come on, Vader. You know, if you'd be streaming for hours and hours, you'd love to have you some warm chicken right there, ready to go.
I mean, they can literally have like a like warming compartment on top, and they need to counteract the heat by having like a cooler department on the side of it. Ooh. And then you put a beer or whatever beverage you take. In that cooling department,
Isn't it Sweet Lightning?
balances out.
Isn't that the KFC?
Mountain Dew Sweet Lightning.
The Sweet Lightning. Your money at that point. Come on, KFC, make it happen.
Okay, here's my only. This is the only thing I kept thinking about during this entire time. So, being that I've used pretty much every gaming system, I always remembered what happened whenever you had a Nintendo, a disc when it went blue screen. You had to take it out, blow into it. You had to shake it in there, throw it in there. When their game goes out, do you finger lick and kind of blow into it and then throw it back in? Maybe put like some butter on it, like a roll with the roll. And see if it slides in better. Squeeze it around. I don't know, dude. Put some coleslaw with it. I don't know. It's crazy.
Oh man.
Yeah, what sides comes with it? That's an important question.
Well,
I don't know. I got a KFC right across from me right now, so it's like.
Hey, speaking of
I go over there? They reload it for me.
Would you actually go to the KFC to buy it? Like, can you go to the menu and sit there and say, okay, let's see. I want the 20-piece. No. Oh, hey, can I get the number 25 for $3.25? Yeah, that's the console. Yeah. Could you imagine?
Talking about the sides, the thing, because Cat said I'll put drumsticks as controllers? ? But yeah, you could have fun. Like, could you get like biscuit-shaped headphones to go with it?
Ooh, yeah.
Well, they already came out with the Bluetooth controller, right? Like that's legit. Like they came out with the Bluetooth controller also.
I'll throw in a biscuit and a big old cookie.
So I'll tell you this. I think the VR system is going to be awesome. It's going to be an oversized bucket with a little thing in there that sits on your head. And as you turn, there's a screen inside. So you're just constantly like looking around in a KFC. So you got a KFC bucket on your head.
Oh, if it's VR, then you're actually working at KFC. So not only is it like VR the toy, but they're also teaching the young Americans how to get a job at KFC. And this is where KFC releases their spices recipe for KFC.
I want 11 herbs and spices. Hell yeah.
That's what sell the console.
Going along with your whole bucket on your head, there you go. You got your VR rock band because now you're Buckethead and you play for Guns N' Roses. So you could implement that as well because he wore a KFC bucket on his head when he played guitar. For people that don't know. Sorry. It was true. I'm sorry.
Does that mean the KFCs and the Taco Bells have to split now too?
And Pizza Hut also. All three of them.
Yeah.
Oh, pizza warmer. It's connected.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Pizza Hut, you could have like a little pizza oven in there.
Oh man,
hey, that sounds good.
You know what? And speaking of, maybe you could warm up those little mini churros too.
Ooh. Yes, Ruru too. Welcome to the chat room. That's what we were talking about. Is the KFC console. Cannon Father says, "Man, the toys that come in kids' meals are stepping up." If you're getting that.
Oh, the Burger King game. Did you ever play the Burger King game? Because Squirrel Boy just mentioned the Burger King game. Oh man, that was definitely a game I picked up from like $1 at GameStop. Because I was like, oh, I'll play this game for $1.
Were you like the king running around?
Yes, you were the king. You were the king.
Okay, I thought it was like the old BK Kids Club, and you were like the kid in the wheelchair. Like,
hey, seriously, do you remember the Noid game back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Dominoes.
Yeah.
How ironic would it be if their first game release would be a re-release of Burger Time?
Ooh. And the Noid game. I want that game.
but that won't come with KFC because they're Pizza Hut.
Maybe they could buy the rights. Who knows?
Some of the reactions
be making a pizza.
Some of the reactions that were online about the KFC console, you had KFC console's probably just a fryer. 120 frames per second actually stands for fries per second.
Yeah.
And 4K for kicking. Okay, yeah, no, that one I didn't like as much, but I like the fries per second. And another one was, damn, none of the other consoles can keep my chicken from getting cold. Going to have to be the KFC console. You know what?
Are you playing video games again?
Does anyone remember 7-Up? Did 7-Up go away?
I don't know. I thought it's still there.
7 was still around. And
I remember
the spot game. Yeah.
Are you talking about like 7-Up, like the classroom game?
No,
Heads up, 7-Up.
Take it easy.
No, you're talking about the 7-Up. Okay. Now the
Well,
20
I mean, let's be honest. Heads Up 7-Up was like that was the biggest flirting game in elementary school. Like, oh, I know who I'm going to touch. Who's finger touching when they put their heads down that game?
And then you look down so you can see your feet, and you're like, what shoes are wearing up there?
Exactly.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I know who you are.
Yeah, that's speaking of what Cannon Fodder says. Now the 20-piece meal is digital, but I prefer the physical content. But yeah, get a digital code for a 20-piece meal, and all you do is stare at it on the TV screen.
Every time you update your console, it gives you like a code for like a free like family meal, 12-piece.
I wonder if they'll give you a digital download code for Smell-O-Vision or something. So you start it up and it has a little thing that smells like KFC.
VR at the whole new level right there.
Make it smell like KFC in
man.
your house. Yeah, I'm all about that. Okay, last story. And this was one because I don't understand. So thinking out of the box, there's toys. You always look at ways to just put more and more toys out there. Well, one of the biggest toys is your child toys. They're just all over the place. The child baby Yodas, they're all over the place. Well, Bop It, if you've ever heard of Bop It, it's this wand that says Bop It, and you smack it, and it says twist it, and you twist it, and you have to all this stuff, and you have to keep up to pace with it and see who can do it the longest.
It's like the evolution of Simon Says.
Yes. There is
the Simon game too.
There is a child Bop It coming out that requires you to punch the child. So a la you can become the punching stormtrooper.
Is it voiced by Jason Sudeikis?
I don't know.
Well, no, it wasn't
phenomenal.
Was Sudeikis the one that hit it? I thought Sudeikis was holding it.
No, Sudeikis is the one that punched it, isn't he? He's the
It's
one that laid into it.
Just to be clear, it's Baby Yoda Bop It, right?
Yes.
It's a baby Yoda
Yes.
Bop It.
Like-
So you have to punch a child.
Why would you want to hit it? Like, first of all,
It
the
fit
fact
his
they did it in the
fingers. Come
TV
on.
show was already bad enough, and now you're going to go ahead. I mean, let's be real. In what we live in right now, giving an item where you can teach kids how to hit a child probably isn't the wisest thing to be putting out on the market right now.
And I'm just going to point out that there's only 3 of them in the known universe, so that kind of does make them a minority. So, sorry.
Wait,
yeah,
no. There was the other. Well, okay, I guess you are talking about the other Jedi from episode 1, I guess, huh? The big ears in the celebration.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
maybe that's
3 known. There's 3 known of Yoda's Yaddle. That's the name. Yaddle. Cat Sadao coming to the rescue. Cats also says no. Protesting this starting petition. Which means, because of the thoughts that everybody's having about this, how fast are you to go buy one? Because what it'll be worth when it gets recalled, because of all the people that have just bad.
Are you already getting your tent ready to go so you can pitch it outside of the Target and wait for it to buy it? Is that what you're thinking?
Possibly. I'll play with it.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's just dangerous, man. The question is maybe we should do like a bet to see how long is this actually going to last on shelves before it's full.
If even can make
it to shelves, yeah.
Like, here's the thing:
Make it the
if
shelf.
they didn't call it the child, which let's be honest, by the time season 2 comes out, it may not be called the child anymore. But as of right now, it's called the child, which probably isn't the best marketing tool to have.
Well, he does
I
have a
hope
name.
he doesn't go
apparently.
straight teenager, man, because it's a Yoda teenager.
I'm sorry,
Squirreboy
being
Needle, I
Squirreboy.
tried teaching my daughter how to punch. She's 3. Now she thinks punching is a game. Take that as a warning. So that could be, so there you go. If you teach your child to punch a toy, they just might punch you instead. I guess that's what they're saying.
Well, then they should have invented Bop It, because Bop It been people that for 15 or 20 years now, right?
Not as a child though, or a
It's not
baby.
shaped like- it's a wand that you twist.
Yeah,
It's either a wand or a steering wheel. They come out with 2 of them.
Okay, let's go beyond
And punch you.
let's go beyond that. So it's just the child. So with Bop Its, you're supposed to bop it, twist it, slam it.
you're supposed to like
So you're supposed to punch. You're supposed to bop the child to punch it, but the twist it. What are you twisting the ear? I mean, this is getting very violent.
This one is just a Bop It. There's no other. That's all it is. A Bop It. I
all you
thought.
do is punch it. That's all you do.
That's all I saw. I didn't see no other like. There's Mando. There's actual Mando verbiage to it, and then there's Baby Yoda verbiage to it, and you're literally just bopping the head.
That's all.
Like that's it. That's all I saw.
Choke it.
Twist it.
Yeah, it's shaped like the child. Kat's asked, does it look like a wand or is it shaped of the child? It is the shape
of a child.
Oh no, shake it.
Oh no.
Oh my God,
Oh man, we're gonna have a bunch of baby shake syndrome coming out next year. My goodness.
Oh no.
Baby Yoda shake weight.
Who's behind this toy again?
I'm just saying this makes
Hasbro, right? It's Hasbro.
KFC console look legit now.
Diamond
So much
Comics.
better.
That's who's behind it. They need to make up some money.
Oh, okay. That's it. That's what, and we got jerk it last, is what Kat Sedal said.
Oh
So.
no.
No.
Oh, Scroll. Be here live Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, to join the chat room and be a part of this wonderful cast of characters that are here talking all things nerd, geek, and pop culture with us. There's a lot of stuff going on that I'm still not saying that's in there. YouTube just demonetized you. Yeah, that happened a long time ago. So that's at twitch.tv/Malice Corp. If you guys want to support the show, make sure to head over to malice-corp.com. Anytime you're there checking out episodes or previous articles, make sure to click on the Amazon link if you're going to go purchase something from Amazon. It helps us out, and you still get the stuff that you were going to get. Anyways, that's it for this cast. Let's talk about where we can follow everybody outside the cast. The Bearded Master, where can people follow you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at @beardedmaster. You can also follow me on Instagram at @boottotheface_ and on Twitter at @boottotheface for all wrestling conversation and talk there and news. But yeah, follow me one of those places. Hit me up.
What about you, Masonic Vader?
You can follow me at Masonic Vader 71 on the PlayStation Network, Masonic Vader on Twitter. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm still running so many things about Bop It, Shake It, Baby stuff. I'm imagining you in a line in a tent, like freaking Black Friday sale just for this one toy. Like you could do your Comic-Con thing, so you're so gonna stand outside for this. I know you are.
Forget the 90s waiting in line for a Power Ranger or a Cabbage Patch. They're gonna be waiting in line for a Bop It Baby Yoda come Easter. Wow, that's.
Lastly, welcome back after 2 years. Maybe we'll see you sooner than 2 years. But if you want people to follow you anywhere, is there anywhere that you want people to come chit chat with you, BCON?
You can't.
No. Okay. There we go. That's.
Hey, what you really need to do is stick around for another 2 years. To ensure that you get to see me again. There you go.
Hopefully it's less than 2 years. So,
try to get you longevity and fans here, okay?
And thank you for following.
You never know when I'm going to be on.
Ate You for Dinner says, Alexa, remind me in 2 years to tune into Malice Corp.
Oh no.
See what you've done.
Hey, but seriously, like the chat room is always fun on this Twitch channel. So you really do need to join for the chat.
Yeah.
Whether you listen to these guys or not.
Exactly. Nobody comes here to listen to us. They just come to chat to other people in the chat room. Okay. If you guys want to follow this cast on Twitter at All Nerd Podcast, over on Facebook at facebook.com/group/all things nerd podcast. You can drop articles. You can show us when you're going live. You can bring gifts, memes, whatever you want to over there. It's where we have fun. It's where we talk all things nerd, geek, and pop culture. So come join us over there and check out the website malice-corp.com. If you want to come chit chat with me, I am on Twitter at @mest_Malice Corp, and I am on Instagram at mest5150. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for joining. That's all we got. You guys keep nerding on, and we will see you next Friday.
Same Keaton time, same Keaton channel.
Thank you guys so much. We will see you next Friday.
keep nerding on.
Yes, thank you.
Stay,
Haven't heard that
stay
for a
nerdy
while.
out there.
Yeah.
Dirty out there. There it is. There it is.